of the night, evil creatures made of light.
We will discover in the end that our worst foe lies within, within. Our worst foe lies within. Our worst foe lies within.
I've always been one of those, like, I prefer being complete as a player, so I don't like ignoring a role. I've been around esports for a long time. I've done a lot of stuff to try and encourage it. Like, my first esports tournament was in 1998. To see Belong doing this kind of thing, to have it in a city and have a company get behind and finally push it out for anybody to come in and play. Like, it's not like the guys here are all like, you know, amazing players the moment they walk in. Some of them play once a week or once a month, or a couple of them have never played before when they come in. Come in for community night, pick up a team, they're hooked. That's it, right? I love it. I'm really, really proud to take part of it, to be honest. This is mostly grassroots, right? But the thing that's coming out of it, which is really cool for me, as much as it's like a bit beyond my level now, but teams like Stratford and a couple of other teams at the real top of Championship Overwatch. I can't speak for the other leagues as much because I haven't watched them, but I know some of them are getting there as well. But specifically Stratford and a couple of other teams are really getting like semi-pro, pro level gameplay, and it's really, really cool to see that coming out of a grassroots tournament. It means they smash us when they play us, but just to watch them go against the other big teams, it's like watching United and City go against each other. You know, it's really cool.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another week of the Belong Arena Clash for Mortal Kombat 11. I am joined by my co-host Dante. Would you like to give everyone the hello and welcome back? We got a few exciting matches for us this week.
Hello, it's Dante, and we're ready for some more Mortal Kombat. You know what I'm saying? And you know what happens in Mortal Kombat? People's heads get, you know, splattered and stuff. So let's go. Let's look at the tables. So, in Group 1, we've got the Claymores with 3 wins, 0 losses, like smoking people out here.
Yeah, after the strong performance in Week 1, they really came through, didn't they?
Yeah. These guys are on fire, man. You got the Guardians, 2 wins, 1 loss. You know, doing well. Just the 1 loss. You know, you can bounce back. The Swarm, 2 wins, 1 loss as well. Invincibles, 1 win, 2 L's. So, you know, you got the Spartans as well, 1 win, 2 losses, and you got the Pirates, 0 wins and 3 losses.
In Group 2, the Leviathans are sitting at the top of the leaderboard with 3 wins and no losses. Just underneath are the Smugglers with 3 wins and 1 loss, followed by the Lionhearts with 2 wins and 1 loss, the Centurions, who are 2 for 2, and the Vikings, who are 1 win with 2 losses.
So Group 3, you got the Rams, 3 wins, 0 losses. Rams doing really well as well. Enigmas, 3 wins, 1 loss. Harriers, 2 wins, 1 loss. Hunters, 2 wins, 2 losses, even there. And you got the Kestrels, 1 win, 2 losses.
And in Group 4, sitting at the very top, are the Steelers with 4 wins and 0 losses.
Ooh.
Followed by the Nighthawks with 2 wins and 1 loss. The Saints with 2 wins and 1 loss as well as the Armada, with the Arrows sitting at the bottom of the leaderboard with 1 win and 3 losses. So, tonight, we have Plymouth, the Plymouth Armada, versus the Cardiff Saints.
Right. So, what do you know about these teams?
Absolutely nothing, to be honest.
Okay.
The only thing I know is where the teams are. I don't know any of the players by name, but that creates some very interesting games potentially to be had because we
Definitely.
don't know these players, and because
Definitely.
Mortal Kombat 11 is such a new game, we have loads of new people coming to the front who are taking this competitively, and players from all over. There's a lot of players who are primarily online players or players that didn't travel to tournaments that are now showcasing their talents through the Arena Clash
Definitely.
as well.
And they look like they've got some cool names as well.
Dr. Von Crumb, I like that name. Skull
Ghost
King.
Wolf,
Bowser's
Skull King.
Revenge.
Yeah, like
I'm just gonna say
King Boo's minion.
King Boo's minion.
King Boo's the ghost out of Mario, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, man. I like some of these names. So let's see if they can live up to these kind of names and
Live up to the names, yeah. What kind of characters do you think we're going to see tonight? Most importantly, do you think we're going to see the?
I think we're definitely going to see some noob.
Yeah, you think we're going to see some of the top tiers that are picked quite often?
I don't know, man. I think we might get a mix. I think we might get a couple top two. I think I've got a good feeling we'll see Cassie Cage. You always see Cassie Cage.
A Cassie
but,
or a Sonya, right?
Yeah. But recently, to be honest, I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube about people talking about like certain players are like quote unquote breaking the tier list. So basically, like certain characters are meant to be considered low tier or whatnot, but they're still performing really well. Your character for one, Kotal Khan,
Shao Kahn.
Oh, Shao Kahn. Oh yeah, but yeah, both of those characters aren't considered top tier, are they?
No, yeah, but Shao Kahn's not considered top tier. Neither is Kotal, to be fair.
Yeah.
They're both not very well responded to by a vast amount of people.
Yeah.
But I personally believe in Shao Kahn. I think that he has some things he struggles with, but he's not the worst in the game. Kotal suffers more than him, I think, definitely.
But I think there was there was a video about some guy who did really well with Kotal Khan at
Yes,
CEO,
Furious
like
Pillow.
and he
Furious
showed
Pillow.
off some pretty cheap tech.
He
But let's go.
Game
Let's
number
go.
1 over here between the Saints and the Armada. We have Django up against Daniel and Tails. Daniel and Tails is playing Jade, and we have Django over on Kung
Is that
Lao.
how you pronounce his name, Django?
I'm guessing it's Django because Django sounds very hard to say
Right.
and very difficult. I will say Django. I will give them, if it's wrong, just at me at @Falcon on Twitter, and feel free to call me a dummy and tell me just how it's pronounced.
Ooh,
But unfortunately, drops the combo in the corner.
hits
Both
him out
players
the air
feeling each
though.
other out. Now, I really like the fact that we're seeing some Kung Lao over here because Kung Lao is a really cool character.
Yeah.
Really cool character.
He like that Ip Man grab that he's got where
Yeah,
he
the
just
back
punches
throw.
your face. I love that.
That was an interesting decision to use the purple shroud over there as well. Nice throw tech out the corner.
Oh, one
With a
more
lot of
hit
junks coming out.
for
no.
Django.
Closing the round out with a dive kick. Now, I think that Daniel and Tails probably should just be a bit more patient. Let Django take these risks that he's taking, as he likes to do a lot of the spins, and there's a lot of jumping going on. But that was a nice hit confirm as well into the full combo. Into the Z-hat. Drops the follow-up, unfortunately.
It depends on if Daniel knows the punishes though for these Kung Lao attacks, isn't it?
Well, Kung Lao's spin and dive kick are very punishable, so it would just be a matter of seeing the moves recover and then going for them to punish them.
Or trying to take it.
But Jade doesn't get too much damage, but that was a nice down to crushing blow with unfortunately no combo follow-up on the teleport.
So just for the viewers, how do crushing blows actually activate?
So crushing blows activate when certain requirements are met for the crushing blow to trigger. Everyone has individual crushing blows as well as generic crushing blows, which come from down 2, which is everyone's uppercut. Oh, the Z-hat's stuffing the fatal blow right at the end. But you have to meet the certain requirements to actually trigger the crushing blow. Everyone has universal down 2 crushing blow,
So for the down 2 crushing blow, what's the requirement for that to be an actual crushing blow?
It has to be a punish or a counter on a high attack. I believe it's a punish on a high attack. So
a punish on a high attack.
If you were to read a jab or a throw and you were to neutral duck it and then come with a down 2, you would give them the crushing blow in response to that. But you know, everyone has their own individual ones as well. Some characters get very simple crushing blows. The requirements aren't too hard to meet. Characters like Garrus, Cabal has a lot of Punisher counter crushing blow requiremements. Garrus is based around that. And some characters have very difficult requirements to meet as well, like Noob Saibot, where you have to connect 10 of your shadows to actually
Yeah.
get the crushing blow on the shadow toss itself.
Yeah.
But going into game 2 over here, we do have Daniel and Tails staying on the Jade. But a down 2 out of the teleport, and a nice throw tech.
To me, that teleport seems really slow.
It is quite slow, but you do get a few options out of it, so it's really just up to the Kung Lao player to deem when it's best to use it.
Right.
He can be interrupted out of it though, as he does have to travel through the ground,
Yeah.
but does get thrown into the corner. And now, if I was Django, I would just be throwing for days really over here. That's all you need to do. Just use forward 4 and throw, and down 3.
Ooh, crushing blow though, as
down
we're
2
talking
crushing blow
about.
coming out.
So from the crushing blow, you actually can get a combo off it.
You
can't
can get a combo follow-up, and it is a very high damaging combo as well if you do manage to pull it off.
Right.
But does get clipped by the forward. I believe that is forward 1-3, the string with Kung Lao, where he does the strike forwards into the hat toss on the floor.
Right.
But that was a nice high confirm into the meter burn spin. Close out the round. And both players know.
He's got Daniel trapped in the corner again. This is not where Daniel wants to be. Especially
pickup
against
from
Kung
the
Lao.
Z-hat
Look at
over
this
there.
damage.
Back into it, goes for the cheeky overhead over there. It gets blocked.
That was a really good block though, to be honest.
Could have been a bigger punish on the spin over there.
Oh, nice. He got himself
Okay.
out the corner. Let's see if Django can get something
Nice
going.
overhead.
Oh, but
Into the Z-hat, and that is
Daniel just takes it really convincingly. I don't think I just don't. I don't think he felt tested at all there. I just feel like he just played his game, and everything he wanted to do just looked like it worked. To be honest, so
yeah, it seems he was very comfortable with how the game was being played. He seemed to have an idea of how he wanted to open up Daniel and Tails, and then how to combo it from there to maximize the amount of damage output he could get. So kudos to Django for moving on 2-0 above Daniel and Tails, but
to be honest, Daniel and Tails didn't really look like he was comfortable in the matchup. Like, he didn't really look like he knew a lot of anti-Kung Lao stuff. So maybe that can be something that he can work on in the future.
Yeah, maybe. And I mean, like, with Kombat League being out now and everything, and people playing that a lot, I think that there's it's hard to get experience sometimes, depending on how much you play it, because there are quite a lot of people that play the same characters in Kombat League and in ranked,
Right.
but you do have the diversity, so if you don't know the matchups and you do like playing online, or it is your only method of primary play, then it's a really good place to go to gain the experience you need against certain playstyles and certain characters.
Definitely. Oh, we're going straight into the next match. No,
We have Liu
no
Kang
messing
and
around.
Kano. And
This is the
now-
first Kano we've seen.
This is the first Kano we've
on
seen,
stream.
and it is coming out of Skull King, who punishes the max range of
So,
that dive
what's
kick.
your opinions on Kano in this game?
Well, Kano, I don't have... So the only opinion I have is actually based on the opinion of Kano players.
Right.
And, I mean, I don't have a personal opinion, really. I just have thoughts about Kano, and I don't
So you've
think
never
Kano's
like
very
played
good.
a Kano?
I've played against Kanos. I've never, I've never played Kano myself to a point where I think that this character is
Toe to the face.
someone I'm very knowledgeable on, or I have enough experience on playing
Right.
him. But people don't regard him very highly. He does seem to have a lot of problems, and people do think that he's like quite the...
I feel like he was a lot more
materialist.
popular in MKX.
He was definitely more popular in MKX, but I think that Kano is definitely a popular character in this game. He just unfortunately does have moments where he struggles. But nice open up coming from Ghost Wolf over here on the Liu Kang.
So what would you say is a key thing that makes Kano struggle then?
I honestly just don't know. It seems that he lacks the ability to safely pressure people, but I'm not entirely sure. Like, I wouldn't really say... I don't have too much of an opinion on Kano because I
Right.
don't know enough about Kano.
Right,
So
right.
I only see people... So I know that Mustard and Biohazard are phenomenal Kano players.
Right.
And I've watched them a fair bit. And I think that so to me, because those players are so strong, and because that they understand Kano and how to use him in this game and how to play neutral with him,
Yeah.
it makes Kano seem a lot better than he actually potentially is.
Yeah.
So-
a lot of players do tend to do that, especially like high level players. They like, as soon as they start playing a certain character, they make the character actually look better than they are.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it can actually come back to hurt the character, where like if a lot of people start complaining about a certain character just because two players are dominating with said character, and then that character gets nerfed, it can really hurt the character in the long run. So
I definitely don't think that nerfing is the right way to go about Kano.
yeah, definitely.
Because he doesn't seem to have anything that requires nerfing, not that I've heard of or read of. But going into game number 2, Ghost Wolf taking the first one with Liu Kang. A clean jump in over the up 3, wake up into a nice follow-up.
So
Can extend
Ghost
that combo
Wolf,
a bit more.
Just looks like he's having his way with Skull King right now. It just looks like
Definitely is just
straight
all
domination.
over. No punish, unfortunately, on that 4-3-3 string, but a nice confirm into the nunchucks. Ghost Wolf only needs one more to take this game. Now with Skull King, an option that he could take against those fireballs is to anticipate the low fireballs that are going to come from Liu Kang and try going for the air Kano ball to close the distance and punish him in return.
So he could go for that air that air ball thing, and he could punish the low fireball maybe.
He could do exactly that. You can also poke into the Kano ball, however you are taking a risk.
So that's a bit of matchup knowledge that Skull King is maybe lacking in this specific matchup.
So I think in general, if you're playing Kano, you should always be anticipating projectiles that you can close the gap on with Kano ball, with air Kano ball. So it's the same principle as what Kano players were doing in the previous installment. And you know, if you're trying to keep Kano out, you have to be patient and clever about how you keep Kano out. Otherwise, he can close that distance on you really quickly. But
so it's a good anti-zoning
it's still a risk that you're taking because it doesn't have invulnerability. You can trade with the projectiles, but you know, like so far, the Saints have been dominating the Armada.
This is 2-0, and to be honest, either player out of Django and Ghost Wolf look tested at any point. You know, I feel like matchup knowledge is a big thing in what we're seeing right now. Like this goes to show, like, small things about certain matchups, if you don't know them, can make it so much harder for you, especially like in a high pressure situation. So this is why if you're looking to compete in fighting games, like researching about characters that are, you know, you find annoying or you don't really know a lot about, it can do the most good for you.
And you did call it. We do have a noob.
I thought we'd see a noob. I did think. So
it's always a treat seeing this. So
what's his name?
The down to crushing blow right to start off. But Bowser's Revenge over here on Noob's Cybot with Chezzy.
We've seen 2 Jades though now as well. That combo did quite a lot of damage actually.
So that was a nice little combo off the overhead from Jade.
So
and, Chezzy seems to have a fair bit of familiarity with Jade, but a nice duck
crushing
on
blow.
the
Is he going to combo off it?
Down 2 combo.
Messed it up.
Unfortunately dropped.
So Chezzy's looking to ride the momentum of his teammates. I don't think his teammates have lost a round yet.
They definitely haven't lost the game in terms of the rounds. Yeah, I think.
I don't think
they've lost a round yet. Chezzy taking the first one.
I think if Chezzy can win this 2-0, like, this is basically like which player on the Cardiff team is going to lose the first round. That's what it's looking like. But saying that, Bowser's Revenge is looking to make Chezzy take this L right now.
Keeping up the pressure with a nice forward throw towards the corner.
He's got a good life lead as well.
Now using that purple shroud makes all of Noob's shadows, in this case his running shadow and his ghost ball, just go straight through Jade. They will completely whiff because they count as projectiles.
And you can see that Bowser's Revenge saw that purple, and he didn't throw any projectiles at him. He didn't throw any shadows at him. So he definitely knows what's going on in this matchup.
Now I believe that if the Jade player goes for the purple just in the neutral, you can punish it with a teleport.
Right.
And so I haven't tested that myself, but in theory that should work.
You would have to react quite quick though to that, and be.
You would have to react quite quickly. However, if the Jade player is just standing in the activation from when they lift their hand, and you have the reactions for it, then it's definitely, you know, a full combo potential opportunity.
So can Chezzy?
Bowser's Revenge, he's turning this around. Both
Can
players
he-
still have fatal blow on deck. Whiffs it entirely.
Oh,
It
the
gets
fatal
caught
blow,
with the
anti-air.
anti-air fatal blows.
And that's one of the most common ways we see fatal blows land, is that someone just gets a little bit impatient in the clutch and then they just get fatal blowed straight away and they lose the game from it.
Yeah,
So-
for sure. I mean, it's an amazing anti-air, isn't it? Because you can't block in the air.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if the opponent's already committing to something from when they're jumping, the moment that they're in their jump before they hit the floor, they're completely vulnerable.
And a lot of fatal blows do have like quite large hitboxes, so they do tend to be decent anti-airs. Well, more than decent anti-airs, very good anti-airs.
Yeah, Jade and Scorpion definitely work out well in that department.
So Chezzy, he did keep the streak up for his team. His team have not lost one match yet. That's not to say that Bowser's Revenge can't bring this back and try and make the other team like question themselves, question their abilities.
Yeah.
But it's just going to be quite hard right now because they have got a lot of momentum. I don't think I've seen a set in this arena clash where it's started out like 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. It's always close.
Yeah,
at the start.
it's always been back and forth games, or a 2-0 on one person and then a 2-0 from the other team. But this one so far is looking pretty dominant for this Cardiff Saints. Do you think that we're going to see any more character changes?
I don't know. It just depends. Like, because to be honest, if you're speaking about Mortal Kombat players, do a lot of people play more than one character?
I believe that
Mortal
people have a tendency to learn multiple characters because they want to play different playstyles, or they want to learn characters that are good for their character's bad matchups.
Yeah, bad matchups. Because So we probably will see some character changes because maybe there might be a few matchups where they're like, oh,
Nice
I don't
touch.
really like this matchup for my character, so let me change. But
That's
the thing
true.
is, switching is kind of a risk because you might potentially be switching to a character that's not your strongest character,
That's true.
and then you'll be even worse under pressure.
However, it's something to consider if you feel like your current character really just isn't working out for you.
Definitely,
If you feel
yeah.
confident in another character, there's no shame in picking that character if you think it would be better for you.
Definitely.
However, it is also a good idea to just, learn your guns, figure out the options that your character can do for you.
Yeah.
And there's the combo follow-up with the corner reposition as well, coming out from Chezzy. 338 damage, looking very respectable for the bar. And there was the down 2 as well. That was the punish after
Whoa.
the block.
Is that overhead there?
And that was an overhead starter, straight into a clean ender coming out from Chezzy. Then nice performance with Jade. And we are seeing...
Oh, I've never seen this one.
Oh, I like this one. The sound effects on Jade's staff are amazing. NetherRealm did such a good job with the sound and with everything with the game. Like the visuals, but the sound design team, honestly, it's amazing.
Yeah, definitely,
It's perfect.
definitely. Like the animations and sounds and even like the story mode was so well like put together. So
Yeah,
it's like it's kind of
very
like a
cinematic.
movie.
It is like a movie, isn't it? Yeah, it's really cinematic.
I really like that about Mortal Kombat is that they put so much effort into like the story. Like they put a lot of effort into the gameplay as well, but the story as well, like to proper captivate it, get people like really involved in the Mortal Kombat series and make them love it for what it is. You know what I mean? Like it's not just about the 1v1, it's also about
There's
the
a grand
story mode
plot
and
to it,
you know,
isn't there? Yeah.
so I like that, and I think other fighting games should take a lot of leaves out of the Mortal Kombat franchise book. But streak, man, the streak is
They
not
are
broken yet.
undefeated so far. All three players going.
Was
up
that 6 games
2-0.
straight?
That was 6 games straight.
It is looking very bad.
So things
Very
are
bad.
looking quite bleak for the Armada, but they're not entirely out of it because they could play other characters and they could find a lot more success in those characters. It was so with the Armada, we'll be interested to see if there's any character changes. However, I don't think that there will be. I think everyone that is playing is just comfortable on those characters that they are playing, and this will just come down to a lot of experience needed to be gained through potentially things like Combat League, or through watching competitive gameplay, or through a lot of just sheer practice, or going to local events.
This
Django
guy
right
is
now
so
just-
dominant. Did you see what he just did?
He just did 3 back threes in a row, or 2
He
or 3.
did 3 low attacks on Wake Up in a row because Skull King expected an overhead every time and he got hit with the low every
Every
time.
single time it gets
Jack-
caught.
Django is in Skull King's head right now, definitely 100% in his head. Skull King is going to have to do some really good reads and get his offense going to get any success in this matchup from this
Nice
point on.
wake up 3 coming out.
Oh, spin.
Nice confirm into the spin. We'll have to see. End in the Z-hat. There it is. And a nice use of the amplification on the corner escape over there, just in case Django did decide to challenge him over there. But it gets thrown back into the corner anyway. Oh, the roll actually catching the jump over, but has the fatal blow blocked and it's straight back into the corner. And there's a forward throw. Now, I know there is a brutality on the forward throw, but honestly, I thought in that situation, Django might have gone for the back throw to get the brutality off the Ip Man grab.
That brutality is like one of the sickest
brutality is the one that
brutalities
we see Foxy do like all the time.
Sick
and
brutality.
it's just ingrained into our brains now, but it's an amazing brutality. But either way, you know, Django taking that game very, very dominantly. 2-0
super dominantly.
in
The
the
mix-ups
rounds as well.
The mix-ups, like, he never guessed wrong once from what I saw. Even on the throws, he was guessing right on the, you know, like whether it's a forward throw or back throw, because, you know, throws in this game are actually a mix-up whether they're going to do a forward throw or a back throw. He didn't get none of them teched. His pressure was just too much. He had Skull King just trapped in the corner, and he looked like he didn't really know what to do.
Yeah, really suffocating your opponent like that, and making it hard for them to move, making it hard, or shutting down their potential options for when they're in a difficult situation in the corner is a very effective strategy, especially when you're playing a pressure-heavy character like Kung Lao. But unfortunately drops the combo from the forward for a spin over there.
I feel like Skull King just needs to like try and stop being defensive and just go for it at this point. Like, just try your offense and see what you can get away with, because
that's true. And when in doubt, just keep throwing.
Yeah. I don't feel like being defensive. You see, look, now he's throwing out some of those Kano balls and stuff. Like, I don't feel like being defensive is what's going to get him any success in against Kung Lao.
Not necessarily, but their throw punish is coming out, and there's more throws.
See, look, now he's getting his offense
when in doubt,
started.
just keep throwing.
He's got a fatal blow on deck. Oh, he's getting mixed up.
Nice block
nice
on the
block.
low.
Oh, was that overhead? That's
that
it.
Was not. He unfortunately let go of block over there, or tried to press a button to challenge and got clipped by the last hit.
Wow.
Nice Kano ball. Just stuff out the jump straight away when the round started. Round start Kano ball. I like this. And the forward roll.
I feel like Skull King he's trying to get his offense
is punishable
started,
as well.
But
ooh, he's got a crushing blow from the counter or punish. Do we see a combo follow up? Oh, drops the forward 4.
But it's still good damage. He tried the interactable. Didn't work though. He's got a fatal blow. Last chance. Oh,
and there's
got
the
clipped
repick up.
anyway.
Dropped it twice, unfortunately, into the back grab. Are we going to see the brutal?
Brutality?
Hey, there it is.
That brutality, man. Look, he's got his brain on the floor.
Oh, that's something in the background.
I don't know what it was.
I'm pretty sure his brain is just like beaten beyond compare.
But yeah, you know what though? I'm kind of sad though. We haven't seen one Raiden at all. So
one Raiden, yeah. Even so far, I would love to see Raiden as well.
Raiden was
He's a great
such
character.
a popular character at the start of MKX, and in this game, he just seems so underused. Like, who even plays Raiden? Is there any? Is there one competitive player?
Yeah. Combat.
Did he do well?
Noble Combat. He played Raiden in top 24 at Combo Breaker, I believe.
All right, and so he did well.
He plays Raiden, Johnny Cage.
So he's not like a loyal Raiden player. He's just like, Raiden.
And I know that there's like Hero Killer Stain in the US who plays Raiden. There's Justin Xavier in the Midlands from the Electronic Dojo.
He plays Raiden.
He plays Raiden and Katana. I know that Happy Pal plays a bit of Raiden, and he played him at Reflect as well. And
so is the best placing from a Raiden player that top 24 at
I think so, at a major, yeah. Although I'm pretty sure that Happy Pal did play Raiden for like a game in top 8 at Reflect, but I'm pretty sure the Combo Breaker prestige is a bit higher within the top 24. Right. However, I would like to see more from Raiden. He does need a bit more love, but the down 2 crushing blow coming out from Bowser's Revenge.
So we got Ghost Wolf versus Bowser's Revenge right now.
Nice throw attack.
So do you think Raiden could get a buff? Do you think there's anything they should buff about Raiden?
Yeah, I think that they need to give Raiden just some better routes with damage in terms of conversion opportunities, because he's got very good normals, I think.
Right.
But he doesn't have enough versatility in what he can do, or he's quite limited. Like what Raiden does, other characters can do a bit better.
Yeah. So like, in my opinion, because Raiden's such a key character in the Mortal Kombat franchise, he should be one of those players.
Oh, if we're going by that logic, but Shao Kahn should be an amazingly strong character, right?
Maybe he should
But,
be. Maybe he should be.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think it's quite that way. It's all about, I think, the best way to... This is another game that was pretty much just relentlessly in the corner as well.
Oh, Mercy.
Oh, the Mercy!
Oh, no.
This is the first one we're getting this week.
He's not even playing. He didn't even play. He just stood there. Bowser's Revenge. He got mercied.
The brutality of this. I forgot. Oh, he brought in the classic... He brought in the Shaolin Monks arcade cabinet.
Was that 5 games straight? Was that 5 sets straight? Is it 5-0 now? Is that the first set?
So
they got one more. Oh, they got one more game.
So far, the Saints have not dropped a single game.
Oh my gosh.
Ghost Wolf, thank you very much for blessing our eyes and the eyes of the people at home with such an amazing brutality. I love that brutality, and I didn't realize it was a Shaolin Monks machine at first. I think I saw a clip of someone do that on Twitter, and it was a Mortal Kombat 1 cabinet, if I'm not mistaken. But seeing the Shaolin Monks cabinet there, that had me really hype on the inside. The kid in me was like, "Ooh, I like that," because I see it in the background of the tournament stage.
Has someone done that in a major yet?
Not that I've seen.
Oh,
not that I've seen, but I also haven't seen every single Liu Kang match on stream. So
someone needs to do it.
First time at the arena clash with the Shaolin Monks drop off.
Ghost Wolf, man, he's just on fire. All these players are on fire from the Cardiff Saints.
They are on fire. However, I would like to see that they stop dropping their combos. Work on the damage optimization, and things would be a lot better.
Maybe they're dropping combos on purpose for the Oki. What about that?
Dropping it for the Oki? Is that the...
that's the high. That's the high level meta, bro.
The arena clash reset tech.
That is the high level skill, bro. Drop a combo on purpose just to mix them up.
A clean jump in over here in the corner does drop the follow up.
See?
I mean, I would love to see what Oki they get from that.
Did he just squash his face against that car?
Yep, he did into a counter hit on the crushing blow as well. If it does drop the follow-up.
Oh my god.
Please don't drop this.
This is just annihilation.
Gets caught with the forward 4 in another game, another round.
Fatality as well.
It's just in the corner. And I love this fatality.
I haven't seen this one. Oh, the 1-inch punch just made him explode. Oh my god, that is sick. That is actually sick. He exploded from a punch that was only 1 inch away.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 inch.
The 1-inch punch is honestly just one of the coolest moves, and shoutouts to Bruce Lee, never forget. But still, we do have...
I've never seen this before. 2-0.
I haven't seen that either. This is a 5-0 in the first series.
I think I've seen a 5-0 before, but I've never seen a perfect sweep. 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0.
I've
never seen that. That is, I really think the Cardiff Saints should be very proud of themselves, because I think that's the first time we've actually seen that performance on this. So, very well played. What else can you say?
However, things aren't totally done for the Plymouth Armada. There are still multiple ways that they can win. It will just be a bit of a grueling effort right now. They will have to go from the morale hit that they've taken from this 5-0, potentially, that they might not feel that great about losing these matches.
How legendary would it be?
There's the character switch.
How legendary would it be if Plymouth come back and actually won the next set? That would be like
mental fortitude.
Crazy. But is this a mirror match?
This is a mirror match indeed. We have Django over here on Jade instead of Kung Lao, and we have Bowser's Revenge as well playing Jade. So we did see a character switch coming out from Plymouth Armada.
Jade's range is so ridiculous.
Oh, I'm guessing the parry over there was to bait the Nitro Kick, which came just only a second after.
Bowser's Revenge getting some momentum.
Oh, this is very close, actually.
He's got a fatal blow on deck.
This is fatal blow territory.
Oh. Took him out with a little projectile. Very well, very good composure from Django there to not over panic in that situation. Oh, nice. Oh, the pressure. Wow, that string looks kind of dirty, and that one. All these
There's
strings
just a
look kind
lot-
of dirty.
all of these problems can be solved by just blocking. There you go, Bowser's Revenge using the.
But
gets down 2'd in Revenge.
some of the strings have
In return.
overheads in them, and some of them had lows.
They
in
look
them.
like overheads. They're mids. So
Oh,
the
they're all
only
mids.
overhead one is when she hits the staff on the floor, like.
Oh, that's
Keelik
the
from Soul
only
Calibur.
overhead she's got.
Yeah, yeah. So you know like Keelik's BB in Soul Calibur, where he would slam the floor twice with the staff.
Right.
That string is the overhead.
Right,
Um,
yeah.
But the other strings are mids or lows. And
Okay,
they can just be blown up by blocking. But since this Mercy, there was a potential for a comeback. But unfortunately, Bowser's Revenge does lose that game.
Django.
Now, do you
just-
think taking the mirror match with Jade was the wise idea? Or what do you think is the play
No,
over here? I think
no.
that it could be important to learn some of the potentially easier but better characters instead of... Because Jade requires a very specific playstyle to play. You
Right.
have to be a very patient person. You have to
Yeah.
be... I would say patience is definitely up there in terms of Jade. You need to be very comfortable just playing the lame game. Really.
I feel like she's good at rushing down as well when she wants to be.
She doesn't have a lot of damage. She
Not-
really doesn't have a lot of damage. Not outside of like her glaive conversions.
I feel like
crushing
if she
blows.
had a lot of damage, she'd be too strong because she's very good at converting off moves that are just have ridiculous range.
Yeah, the stray hit conversions are very good.
So
for her,
if she
but-
had a lot of damage with those straight hit conversions, I think she'd be a bit too strong, in my opinion.
yeah, potentially for someone that can zone as an anti-zoner.
Mhm.
However, I don't think that her rushdown. She's not really regarded as a rushdown character, but her space control is very strong.
Yeah, very, very strong. Yeah,
And,
she's good at controlling the space.
However,
from what I've
characters
seen.
like Garrus could potentially, make it hard for Jade because you have a lot of oppressive buttons. You have a 6-frame poke, and you have easy crushing blow requirements that can
Right.
come from a lot of counter hits. So
Mhm.
characters like Garrus, or Cabal, or the ones that are based on
I'd
counter
say-
hits or punish.
I'd say, like, probably the stronger rushdown characters in the game will probably be better picks against Jade than someone who is very zone heavy.
Yeah. So you need
Jade's
someone
good
that
against
plays.
zoners.
You need someone that plays like they can have projectiles because
Mhm.
you can use projectiles to essentially force Jade to use her purple shroud. Now,
Mhm.
when I was watching Combo Breaker, there was a very interesting match happening between Jinty and Katana Prime, and over
Right.
there it was a lot of Sub-Zero's slide. So Sub-Zero's slide was being used to punish Jade's purple shroud activation.
Right.
And every time Jade would come down from throwing the air glaives, he was using the slide to punish Jade on the way down as
Mhm.
well. And that was really clever gameplay. And that's
Right.
the kind of stuff that I'd like to see to shut down what Jade's
Right.
options are to stop you from playing how you want to play.
Right.
Is you have to play like this counter shutdown strategy.
Yeah.
However, you can play very patient against Jade as well. You can also make it hard for her to do anything because
Right.
she doesn't have a lot of damage output. So
Mhm.
if you play very patient and you force her to come to you
Yeah,
by
yeah.
gaining a life lead and making her come in, and that's her weak side,
Mhm.
then you have
I can
the
see
upper
that.
hand.
Yeah, I can
that
see that because
situation.
like she does get a lot of damage from just like killing your zoning game and then like just clipping you in the neutral with that stuff.
Yeah.
But if you can force her to like come in and then like force her to be the aggressor
Mhm.
and then punish her when it's the right time and then like trying to corner her, I feel like she would have a much harder time than trying to battle Jade like in the neutral because I feel like that's where she shines.
Yeah, that's for sure.
In like, do you have like range 1, 2, 3 in Mortal Kombat? Do you discuss it like that?
So it's not like character space ranges like in some other games. However, okay. Apologies for the delay. So what happened was we had a slight problem with the game that was just played. That was not a match between Django and
no, it's not the match that we thought it
yeah,
was.
it wasn't the match that we thought it was.
It was actually a match from set 1.
It was a continuation of that match between Chezzy and
Mhm.
I believe it was it Bowser? It was.
I think so.
I think it was Bowser. Oh, Chezzy and Daniel and Tails.
Yeah, yeah.
So both of those players have played. I literally just stopped talking, and I think everyone just thought, "Is everything okay?" I just stopped talking. I was like, just listening to the voice in my head.
We had to though because he tried to tell us before.
Yeah.
You know.
So either way, that match is invalid, and it will be replayed between Django.
Yeah, it'll be replayed, right?
So we've got Django and Bowser up next, and I assume that we will see Django stay on Jade. No, sorry, not Jade. Sorry, Kung Lao.
Yeah, we probably will.
Kung Lao coming out from
we
Django.
probably will. We'll see though. We'll see. There could be like at this point, you know, I feel like switches can be made, but it's just like, you know, it's like why? You know what I mean? Like why? Like do you have much of a point? But you know, we'll see. We'll see how. I do like you know, when people are loyal to their characters and stuff, and they don't really switch, and they just believe in their character regardless of, you know, what this person said on the tier list or whatnot. You know, I hate when, like, you know, when like a certain character gets a few nerfs or whatnot, especially when the character was like
And
really
people
strong,
write them off.
and then they just throw away their character. Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
no.
like that character anymore. Let me play the next top tier. It's like, bro, come on, man. Where's your loyalty, man? I thought you was XYZ player. Like,
Oh, and Aaron Black,
Black?
pick coming out from Django over here.
and if anyone knows me, they knows Aaron Black is one of my least favorite characters in Mortal Kombat.
He's one of my most favorite characters in Mortal Kombat.
to fight against.
To fight against, I don't even care anymore. He's too cool. He is too cool. Voiced by the brilliant Matthew Mercer as well, who also plays one of my favorite Overwatch characters, McCree, and he also played Deadshot in Injustice 2. But
The
very
drop
dominant round
kick.
with the drop kick straight into the corner. We saw a lot of those coming out in a previous week from Scare Tactics and the Smugglers. But just walking him down with a gun into the overhead bop.
Did he just crouch and shoot him out of the air when he tried to do a jump in?
Yes, he did. Gets clipped by the second hit of the forward 4 from Bowser's Revenge.
Okay, Bowser's Revenge looking to get a little bit of momentum here, but as I said, that is getting kind of wrecked by
drop
Aaron
kicks
Black.
him out of the acid. I'm not sure if I agree with that.
Pulled
one
out the
there,
rifle. I feel
Another
like
drop kick?
Django's trying to troll right now. That's the overhead.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
He's actually
There's
trolling,
the throw.
isn't
Are
he?
we gonna see the fatal blow?
Ooh.
Oh no, never mind. There's the crushing blow.
Oh
in
my
the throw.
god, that killed. No
killed.
way.
I didn't even realize that he had the escape failed already loaded up.
He crushed his jaw and just literally knocked him out. That was crazy. Off a throw as well.
310 damage just for missing a throw tech.
Oh my
Or not for
gosh.
missing, for failing a throw tech. 310 damage. If the opponent's character actually has a crushing blow on their throw, you've got to be really careful.
You know, this is a brutal game. That, like, it looks brutal, and playing it like
it
that,
feels brutal
it
too.
can be brutal. Like you lost because you missed the throw tech. Basically, you didn't tech the throw, and you got your jaw stamped in. Like,
Yeah.
what can you do? On to the next game. Like, you know, it's
Now,
one of those.
Aaron Black is just such a cool character, and seeing the randomized gear, or even just the gear that Django is wearing over there, I really like it. Like the glow on the mask and everything like that. Oh, it's so nice.
He's
But
a cheap character, though. You know,
he is a very cheap character, and that's also part of why I love him.
Django switched on a
We
win.
do have Django who switched on the win. That is true.
Wait, he's not playing though. He picked the wrong character.
I think
I think
this is a reset game. I'm actually kind of confused over here.
Yeah, this is going to be a reset game because he picked the wrong character by accident.
Yeah, he must have picked the wrong character. He probably
he's not
picked
allowed.
Kung Lao and then was told afterwards
Yeah.
that he wasn't allowed to switch
Yeah.
characters because he won the last game.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Aaron
you're not
Black.
allowed to switch.
So, yeah.
Win. What do you think about that rule? Like in tournaments, generally, you can't switch characters on a win. Do you
I
think
think
that
that
it
is-
should be like that?
Yeah,
Why?
I do, because I think that character lock on a win is really important because counterpicking is a very big part of the meta in fighting games.
Yeah.
Now, if you are playing, let's see, so what's a good example? If I feel like playing against Cetrion is a very bad matchup for me playing Shao Kahn, it's not a very fun matchup being kept full screen and, you know, being at someone's mercy like that, someone who can also teleport away, same thing with the principle with Scarlet. It's a very difficult thing for Shao Kahn to be patient and to walk his way in, or to find the openings to really do something and maximize the opportunity, or to find the right space to shoulder, I could opt to go for Scorpion. Because I have access to the teleport, and if I want to make the teleport safe and use it as more of a pressure tool as well, I can pick Reborn Scorpion, which gives me the teleport cancel.
Yeah.
So in situations like that, if the opponent beats me on Cetrion in a tournament and I switch to Scorpion, it's if they were able to switch off of Cetrion, it makes the Scorpion pick completely useless.
Yeah,
the whole purpose of me picking Scorpion just
I get,
gets thrown out the window.
Like, I feel like personally that matchups are one of the biggest aspects in fighting games, just because of the way they're designed and how certain characters are designed. But some people feel like, oh, matchups don't really mean that much, and it's just like, just get good. You know what I mean?
They definitely do, but the amount of forward 3-2s we are seeing coming out from Django over here in the corner, Bowser's Revenge.
Bowser just doesn't have
should
the
consult the block button and wait for the opportunity to strike back. So waiting for the full string to end and
overhead.
using that time to press your button is probably the best option over there to avoid getting hit so much when you're getting up.
I got a feeling we're going to see some
That is a lot of back fours just constantly keeping him inside the acid as well. The whip forward
he
forward,
can shoot
the
you with a low after the drop kick. Come on, man.
Aaron Black's cheap.
Aaron Black
cheap
is
and I love
actually cheap, man. They didn't need to give him that acid either.
Oh, there's the fatal blow that does get blocked.
Is Django giving him a chance?
Things are looking
he wants to
pretty
finish
bad
him with a drop kick. Oh,
for Bowser's Revenge.
jabs him in the
Unfortunately,
face.
Bowser is getting any revenge today.
Just shoots the penny for no reason.
For every reason. To look cool as hell.
For every reason.
Would you not do that? If you could shoot like that, would you not do that? Would you not throw shrapnel in the air like little coppers and stuff, go pew, 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 just firing through him?
Bullets cost money, man. I ain't got.
He clearly has money superior to the coins he's shooting if he's buying these bullets.
Yeah, definitely. If I was rich, maybe. Ghost Wolf versus Daniel and Tails next.
So what are we seeing? That's probably going to be Liu Kang versus Jade.
I think so. But we saw one switch straight away. So we might see another one, just like because he might feel like playing another character. So we'll see. But they still haven't lost the game yet.
They still haven't
lost one match yet.
It's been a pretty dominant
If
set
we
so
get
far.
a 10-0 sweep, I don't think we've ever seen a 10-0 sweep on
We
stream.
haven't so far. However, we only are still in week number 4, so there is potential for even more stuff like this to happen further down the line.
Yeah.
This is only group stages right now. During the playoffs, if we were to see a 10-0, oh boy, that would be something interesting. Or even further down the line in the tournament, the Ghost Wolf over here. Catches the counter hit right there with the forward 4 string, but doesn't opt to go for the crushing blow with the ender.
It's not a low string. It looks like a low string, but it's not, is it? That low kick into the high.
Yeah.
So Daniel and Tails putting up quite a bit of a fight, but he gets kicked in the face.
Over there, cashes it in, but unfortunately
can he
drops
convert
the
off
flying
that?
kick. He can do the flying kick and amplify it at the end.
Is it pretty hard?
It's all just about the timing. So when you actually recover from the crushing blow, that's when you input the flying kick, and it'll work every time.
Right.
But unfortunately, Ghost Wolf is just a tiny bit too slow to it.
So, from what I'm seeing, I don't think Daniel and Tails is actually reacting to the low fireball, and he's actually getting clipped by it whenever Ghost Wolf throws it.
That is true. However, I
down
think the best thing for Daniel and Tails would just be to activate the Purple Shroud, because you take away
look
so
at the
much of what Liu
damage!
Kang can do.
And the ulti afterwards.
355 damage coming out over here from Ghost Wolf, keeping Daniel and Tails in the corner. There's the combo, no drop this time.
Yeah, he's not dropping his combos at the moment, and they're
Clean
doing a lot of
2-0
damage.
over there, taking the first game, both rounds, going straight over to Ghost Wolf. And we're going to prepare to go straight into the next match as well. Do you think that Daniel and Tails is going to stay on Jade?
I feel
think
like
that they probably should, right?
He probably should.
But just the purple activation is really important in this match, because
the fireballs.
The fireballs. The fireballs. There's a lot of fireballs. There are a lot of rogue fireballs that ended up clipping Daniel and Tails, and those add up. They really do. You take small increments of damage here and there, and eventually, you're going to be down to health bar.
I feel like he does need to react to the low fireball a little bit better, because there's some times where he's just thrown the fireball from like literally nearly full screen, and he's just been clipped by the low fireball because he's not blocking low.
So similar to what we said before about dealing with Jade, it could be the Jade that activates the purple shroud and forces Liu Kang to come into her as well. The flying kick is a high, so if you were to activate the purple shroud, sorry I call it the purple shroud by the way, I will learn the actual move name.
I feel like
the projectile invincibility buff, you can just hold duck after that to stop Liu Kang from actually being able to fly kick on you. He has to close the gap on you at that point. But a nice combo coming out over here from Ghost Wolf, almost 30%.
I feel like Liu Kang though, I feel like he's not a slouch at rushing down either.
Oh, definitely not. But that was a really strong round as well.
I feel like if there's any holes in Jade's game is that she's not the best at stopping someone from rushing her down. So I feel like, to be honest, this matchup actually might be a little bit hard for Jade. But, you know, it just depends on who's playing the matchup, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It probably is a hard matchup for Jade. Liu Kang does have a very impressive 9-frame mid.
Yeah.
But right now, it is pretty much just a matter of the fact that Ghost Wolf is all over Daniel on Tails right now. It's just all over. The down 2 crushing blow. We're going to see a follow-up. No follow-up, unfortunately, but does get the breakaway.
Oh, down 2 again. He's got Fatal Blow on deck. And
are we going to see the Fatal Blow right here to stuff the wake up? But there's no wake up that's going to go anyway, defensive bars.
Fireball. Oh, the fly kick.
Flying kick.
Caught Daniel out of nowhere. Okay, fatality.
The second fatality.
What? Wow.
Liu Kang really dislikes parts of your body, doesn't he? So both his fatalities just separate you into so many different pieces.
That's
they
brutal,
can't think of very simple and clean ways to kill someone. You know, shoutouts to Quan Chi's Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance fatality, where all he did was stretch your neck. He turned you into a giraffe.
It's like when it's a fatality, it's like the opponent's body just turns into, like, I don't know, like butter, and it's like.
I'm just kidding anyway. We want to see it all gory. We want to see it get separated and destroyed, completely ruined. But right now, they are up 2-0 every game again. The Saints are looking really strong in this match.
I don't think they've lost a round yet in this second set either.
So, well, the rounds, I can't really remember too much. I don't think they have.
I think I've been keeping track, and they
haven't. Game,
they haven't lost a round. I don't think.
In the rounds, yeah, not since the new.
I think in the last set. I think in the last set they lost 1 round. I think. It was one round. We actually just got that confirmed. It actually was 1 round. So if they can take this one without losing a round, then
then that would be an incredibly dominant performance.
Incredibly,
the most dominant one that we've had the pleasure to stream.
The thing is, if they win this 10-0, and then it was literally just that 1 round they lost, don't you think that will kind of be like?
It doesn't
because like you lost
because
1 round.
In Mortal Kombat, you can lose a round over anything.
If you didn't lose that 1 round, it would have been a perfect.
I think if it was a game, then it would matter.
Yeah,
but the 10-0 clean sweep is still the same thing, regardless of the rounds.
True.
Oh, a flawless block
nice
into
punish.
down to punish on the teleport. I love the combo follow-up, but does drop the nitro kick.
We don't really see those teleports punished straight away like that, so very good presence of mind.
It's good knowledge. So you can block Noob's teleport, and then you can down to crushing blow punish it after you block it as well.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. And that's what Chezzy's just been showing there. He did it twice straight away.
That's true. However, now that Chezzy has used the down 2 crushing blow on the punish, Chezzy doesn't need to use that again as the down 2 to punish. You can just wait and then go for potentially more optimal punish. However, I understand the desire to go for the down 2 because it's 140 damage basically guaranteed every time they opt to go for the teleport.
Right.
But right now, Chezzy is all over Skull King. The overhead, nice combo follow-up, pushes him out the corner. Not like it matters, but caught with the smoke bomb right there, jumped over the fatal blow, and I think he did the air glaive to make sure he didn't fall back down into the fatal blow.
He well, I don't think that was a
window to punish, wasn't it? It was a punish because we saw the metal come out. What?
It was
he just nitro kicked him through the teleport. I've seen it all now. I've seen it all now. But we did see the Mercy,
thing is,
a bit of BM coming out.
The thing is, they're actually down. Oh, brutality.
That's a brutal?
Wow.
That's a brutal?
That actually is brutal. Look at that. Staff just
Yo, that was sick.
He's on his knees.
Can we just talk about the fact that Jade has a second staff that she just pulled out of nowhere? Where did she get the other one from? She just left one inside his face and was like,
don't
"Oh, it's
know.
all right. I got backups."
Crazy, man.
I want a
What is
second
that staff made out
I want
of?
a first staff.
What is that stuff made out of? It's green.
Adinian vibranium.
What?
I don't know.
But yeah, yo, that brutality was actually sick. But yeah, I don't think there's any need for like mercies at this point. Like, if you want to win, just like if you want to get that 10-0.
I think. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and disagree with Dante right here. If you want a mercy, you mercy all you want. You mercy every single game. If you think you can close it out, if you want to do it, you do it.
Carry on. But yo, it's just too dominant at the moment. What have we seen? 3 brutalities right now. I think we've seen 3.
There's been 3 so far.
We've seen the Kung. I think it was the Kung Lao one.
So we saw
Hitman.
a Kung Lao, we saw a Liu Kang, and we saw Jade's.
Yeah.
Skull King's gone back to Skano. Skull King?
Skano.
Skano. He's gone back over to Kano. Switched off of the noob Cybot.
See, like, you can see how Jade is like very good in the neutral with that long staff.
Definitely a very good spacing
But
tool with
I
the
feel-
air
I
glaives
feel-
to keep you out.
I feel like in a lot of fighting games, every character that has ridiculous range, like when someone gets in on said character, they do tend to struggle in one way or another. Like Dalsim, for one, like is a very good example of that.
Yeah, it's definitely true. We're a character who, who will suffer. Players or characters that do have a lot of space control, far-reaching moves, they generally do suffer when someone's point blank with them.
Yeah.
But right now, that was just constant, relentless pressure
Fatality?
coming out from
Oh,
Chezzy,
Mercy.
followed by the Mercy again into the blazing nitro kick. Are we gonna see another brutality grabbed out of the fatal blow?
Oh, the brutality again,
And
straight through the eye.
The strange
one
thing
eye.
about this is that the brutality noise for both of these times that Jade has done the third brutality, the noise for the brutality is triggered before the animation of the brutality has actually appeared.
Right.
So I can always hear it's a brutality before I actually see it. And yeah, sorry, I just felt to point that
So
out.
I don't get how they go on their knees though, and then they don't fall back. Like they're just kneeling down. Like
Oh yeah, they're just
with a big staff in their eye
yeah.
at
I mean
the same time.
that's how I wake up in the morning. You know?
But yeah,
Nothing like Adinian vibranium through my right eye socket. Anyway,
3-0 and they haven't lost a match yet.
right now it is 7. Oh, it's 8-0, isn't it?
The
8-0.
Cardiff Saints. And I know, but the thing is, even though the Cardiff Saints are up so much and they haven't lost a match yet, I do actually think there's actually quite a bit of pressure on Django and Ghostwolf to actually win the next 2 sets 2-0 without dropping a game. Like,
They are up against Daniel and Tails and Skull King. So what do you think? How do you think it's gonna go? We have over here, we got Django with the patented Kung Lao pick over here with the double
I'm
teleport.
guessing they're gonna
mixing.
win 2-0.
Are we gonna see the dive? Oh, I think he wants a crushing blow. Spending a lot of meter though early in this game. 3 bars already down.
so what's that dinosaur about in the background?
He's just a dinosaur. He's chilling.
He's just a random dinosaur,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Occasionally he has he eats other dinosaurs, as you can see.
So there's nothing in the story to do with like dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's just part of his dietary requirement, really.
Right.
Other dinosaurs. But no, this is the Chronica stage. So Chronica is the main antagonist of the Mortal Kombat.
Oh, the one that turns
game.
back time.
Yeah. So this is just part of Chronica's hourglass, where she has the full time manipulation at her fingertips, and
Right.
this was part of the whole. She's gonna pull you back to the prehistoric age.
Right.
And yeah, so there's 3 versions of Chronica's hourglass stage. This is one of them.
Right.
One of them is like a dystopian, space-bound future called the Chaodian Age, I believe.
Yeah.
And the other one is just the hourglass.
Yeah. I think we're gonna get another brutality.
I think we are as well. Django over here. Oh, catches.
I think
Daniel
it'll be.
Tell's trying
I think
to
it'll be a
punish this
shame
thing.
if we don't get a brutality.
Oh, we're not going to see a brutality unless we see a mercy. But
Nah, he
none
just
of
finished
that
it
really
off.
matters as Daniel and Tails falls down in that first game. Django taking it.
Yeah, I
1-0
feel like he
now.
doesn't want to mess about, because if they do somehow drop a game, it would be like, it wouldn't be like devastating or anything like that, but it would just be like, you could have won it 10-0. It would have been I think it would be a record as well for Mortal Kombat, like on stream, on the Belong Arena Clash, to actually have a 10-0 sweep. So, to be honest, I don't think they should like really mess about too much. I think they should like go for that record.
Go for the record, yeah.
Because you're looking to make a record right now, so.
I mean, it just goes to show that like if you go at it and stuff and you're very confident about your play, like a 10-0, it can look really good on paper and it can feel really good to get, but ultimately if the 10-0 doesn't really help you in the next stage, then it will be hard for you. I think that sometimes losing on stream can also be really important because you get to see where you go wrong.
Yeah, definitely.
But right now, Daniel Tails is staying on the Jade pick. Nice block on the overhead from Django. Confirmed into the spin in the corner.
I feel like some of the best losses are when you lose a close set, where it might be like 1-1 and then you lose the final game in the final round or something like that.
Yeah.
Because then you can really see, it really magnifies what you did wrong, that if you changed at that moment, you could have actually had the win.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of things that you can do and use to improve based on reflection, going back and analyzing your own gameplay. But there was an escape fail. This is getting a crushing blow. 310 damage coming out from the back throw, keeping the corner positioning, but gets down to it out of the teleport. A lot of unrelenting pressure coming out from Django. Now, one thing I have noticed about Django's gameplay is his meaty timing is quite good. So he's throwing out the forward one as a meaty to stop Daniel and Tails' anything from happening when he's getting up. I think Daniel and Tails might be trying to press buttons at times, or trying to duck, or trying to throw, or anything like that, and it's constantly being stuffed out by the oppressive mid from Kung Lao.
Yeah. Kung Lao just looks like a very fast character. Really, like his gameplay just looks very fast paced, and it looks like if you can't really like keep up with that, he just like normally runs over his opponents.
Yeah, I think he's a very momentum heavy character as well. Like once you have momentum with Kung Lao, you can kind of steamroll someone.
Definitely.
If you know Kung Lao's in and outs.
Yeah.
He's definitely not one of those characters that's regarded in like the very highest echelon of the roster in terms of balancing or character strength or anything like that. He's actually quite an honest character from what people say or how I see him. I don't think that. So I have plenty of experience playing against Kung Lao and watching Kung Lao from a spectator point of view and from an analytic point of view as well. And I think that Kung Lao is just one of those characters that's probably like around. I'm not gonna say where he is on the tier list. I just don't think he's bad. I don't think he's exceptional either.
So
I
you
think
say
he's
more
in
or less
between.
mid tier.
Yeah, probably mid or high mid.
High mid. I feel like he's always been a pretty good character. But if you know certain things about the matchup, you can make the player who's playing him kind of struggle.
That's true. There are ways to shut him down, but it does require a fair bit of knowledge.
Yeah, it does require a lot of
Liu
knowledge.
Kang, in my opinion, is one of the characters that's a bit harder to deal with, but that was really cool, using the interactable over there to actually beat the parry. Nice stuff coming out from Skull King.
Liu Kang, especially in this game, he just seems to do a lot of damage if he gets like if the player who's playing him doesn't drop his combos, like the damage he can get, and then the ulti afterwards just seems a bit, a bit much.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's definitely not as much as characters like Sonya, Garrus, but
well, yeah.
Over here, I mean, it's regardless of anything. This game is just a very high damaging game. Crushing blows can happen, fatal blows can happen. There's like huge chunks of your life bar that you can lose over basically just the smallest mistakes. And right now, Ghost Wolf is running an absolute train on Skull King right now, keeping him in the corner. Going for the parry. Oh, the fatal blow that came out from Skull King. That's the first one of the night. We're staying from Kano. And I love this one right here. Oh, into the Joker boot. Get off of me. Using the roll to close a bit of space. Nice throw over here on the
Skull King makes his comeback.
roll away. Oh, there it is. We're going to see the brutality again. Oh, I haven't seen that one before. That was sick.
It's punched off his head.
That was sick. I haven't seen that. There's so many brutalities in the game I haven't seen. I refuse to go on YouTube and watch all the brutalities.
It seems like a lot of the brutalities come from throws.
There's quite a few that come from throws,
right?
But I don't. A lot of them are just like situational, or they have requirements for them. But throw brutalities are always nice.
Is it like
in the?
I remember in the last Mortal Kombat that some of the brutalities were like, oh, you need to hit them with this special move like 5 times in one match or something.
Yeah, you still have requirements for that.
Oh, right. You still have that. All right.
That's some of the brutalities do have requirements for that, like to give you some insight on some of them. Like Shao Kahn has a shoulder charge brutality where he splits you in half,
Right.
and that only triggers if you hold forwards during the if your final hit is a shoulder charge.
Right,
That
right.
does not mean that you can combo and end it in shoulder charge. It doesn't work that way. It has to be a raw shoulder,
Raw shoulder.
and it
right.
has to be when you're under 40% life,
Okay.
and you have to hold forwards during the hit.
And,
that's how you
and you
trigger
can only do it
brutality.
under 40% life.
Yeah,
Okay. That's a weird one. That being
it
under
is.
40%.
I always go for
life.
the throw anyway, because he just croquets your head straight off.
Yeah.
Nice combo into the interactable. I love the
Wow,
damage
you can
optimization
combo
over there.
into that.
You can indeed. It counts as a throw. But right now, Ghost Wolf is just catching Skull King, not holding down the block button.
So I think if
All
Ghost
over him.
Wolf wins this round,
Then
they've
it will
taken
go
the
to
whole
the
thing.
Saints. Yeah, that will be a very dominant performance for the card of Saints.
And I don't think they will have lost a round the whole set.
That would mean that the card of Saints are on their way forward in the group stages,
Definitely.
getting, adding on one more win, tacking on another loss for the Plymouth Armada, but it's still not
He's
out
got to
for them
finish
yet.
it with a brutality.
It's going to be very rough for them right now, but Skull King's going to make something happen if he wants to keep them in.
He's not going down without a fight though. Oh, gets clipped though.
Caught with the bicycle kick. Empty jump into the throw. We're going to
Is
see
that
another
a
brutal.
brutality?
We're
Oh,
going to
the
see it
same
again.
one?
Oh, there
Oh.
it is.
Punched off his head, man.
And that means that the card of Saints are your champions for week 4 of the game. The Game Belong Arena Clash.
And that was I think that was the most dominant performance we have ever seen on the Belong Arena Clash. So
It makes me excited. I want to see people try and top this. I want to see people go
how
hard
can you?
at it.
The only way you can top
You
this
10-0
is
Cardiff.
No. If the only way you can top this is 5-0, but you don't lose a round in any because there was the one round that they lost in the first one.
That's true, but I think that we could see 5-0s coming out left, right, and center from loads of different teams that are also off stream. So either way, great showing from both teams. Unlucky to the Plymouth Armada. Now I would like to see the players from there, who are clearly just getting used to the game, learning things about it. The Mortal Kombat 11 has loads of great resources all over the internet to help you learn and improve. And watching back your gameplay and just sort of figuring out little things here and there, playing Combat League and using practice mode and loads of different things like that will really help you get comfortable with certain matchups and options you can take with your character as well. But great stuff to the Cardiff Saints as well. Really dominant performances we were talking about. 10-0 completely. And I would like to see how those players really develop going forwards as well. I like to see more optimization truly coming through from Django and Ghost Wolf primarily. There were a few drops. I do understand that online can be kind of difficult to land combos and sometimes, especially with Liu Kang, who has quite tight timings on the 1-2 and the 1-2-3. But just making sure that it's consistent and trying to cash out on as much damage as you can all the time would be just very beneficial for you going forwards.
Especially in a game like this where if you slip up one combo, someone can make a comeback, and it can cost you. So optimization is very important in all fighting games. So yeah.
That's true, and we are going to end the stream over here. Thank you guys for tuning in as always. If you would like to support your local tribe, head over to raven.gg where you can purchase your own jerseys from the Arena Clash as well, and you can get your own custom name printed on the back as well. Anyway, we hope to see you next week. Thank you for joining us, and we are signing out. See ya.